Hey there, howdy neighbor. So I wanted to do an update video on the dread situation. I was experimenting with placement, and I guess let me take my hair down. Okay. I was experimenting with placement, and see, I can't see, and there we go. Okay, so this is my part. It's really hard to see reverse image. Trying to watch myself in the camera. Okay, that's funny. I didn't realize that had started up. Oh, great. See, I'm getting the loops in the most annoying of places right now. I just need to finish this up. So I had started on this side because it was the easiest, but they didn't work out. I did the back combing method. I had a regular comb that I used, a plastic comb, and while it generally worked, I broke every tooth out of that comb. It wasn't, I'm not sure if my hair is covering up the mic, so hopefully y'all could hear that. I was trying to get better audio for this. Let me fix this. Let me take some little effort here, see if that helps. Okay, do it down low. So I had done some over here, back combed it, and it didn't turn out so well. It didn't get very close to the scalp, and it wasn't, because I hadn't placed them very clearly, like I hadn't separated out the kind of square of a section. They ended up catching a lot more of the hair around it. So I'm still trying to, I combed those out, and it took a little while, and there was a ton of hair everywhere when I got done. But I'm still kind of pulling out a little bit of knots here and there, but generally speaking, the hair brushed out really easily. It just looked like it had been permed within an inch of its life. So other than that kind of funny little experience, so I brushed them out because those weren't working. But as you can see, the ones in the back and on this side have kept going. Now, I did these, the twist and rip kind of method. Oops, punched myself in the face. That's the one thing about cat eye glasses, is you have a wider face, and somehow I always hit my face. It's the weirdest thing, and it's only like an inch off the face. So yeah, you can see these ones, this one, and this one, and then I think there's one more in the back. I can't find that one. Anyway, so I've got these going, and I was debating how I wanted to layer them, I suppose. I still want my hair to be free in places around the front. So I kept this free, and I like that. And I kept this free. I really like that. So it's like this section. And my hair has not been cut or layered in a really long time. So all of my bangs and everything from years ago caught up. So my hair's all one length right now. So this makes it a little easier. But the only thing I discovered, because I didn't do the roots of these very tightly, is it, as you can see, is webbing onto the next one. And then this one. And like some of these are volunteers. Like this is, I think this is a volunteer. I don't think I did this one. Yeah, it's starting to dread itself up here. So I had two underneath down here that were original that I was doing because I just don't brush my hair anymore, and I wanted to get the ones in the back out of the way because it was really annoying to wake up and have that one, because you know, if you, as women with longer hair and men with longer hair know, when you sleep at night, for some reason it's like you sit there and you just do this on the pillow and it's tons of friction, and I always get the knots in the back first. So that's actually my whole reasoning for starting to do dreads, is because I was like, well, screw it, right? Well, the only thing was that because I hadn't done the rest of my hair yet, they started to catch all the hair around it. So I ended up having, like, let me see if I can kind of show you, this whole section right here just kind of became like, I had two, I think, in here. I didn't make them very small. I wasn't paying very much attention. And it just became like these two you know, kind of like huge pieces, and I did not like that. It was turning into a mono dread, and I was like, it's not my thing. So I am starting over again, and I was going to show you how I'm doing it, and a little few, like maybe a few tips or, you know, whatever that might help another person doing this for the first time, things that other videos talk about, but maybe they're not so, they talk about it after they've had them for a long time, and I think that they kind of forget that there's like little idiosyncrasies that they don't mention because they've gone through the trial and error of it already, and those little things tend to kind of just become a normal, you know, habit rather than something that you have to think about doing. So I wanted to show, because I need to get some of this finished up, and so I was like, well, might as well do it on video. So the two things that I use, and the only things that I'm using right now, and you know, whatever people may say, you need this, you need that, you're doing it wrong. This is how I'm doing it. This is a fun experiment for me, so I am not taking this too seriously. I think dreads are beautiful. I do want them, and you know, I will deal with the idiosyncrasies of my experience as time goes on, as I have already. So I'm very adaptable, so don't worry about me, I'm good. Okay, so the two things that I figured out is you have to have the metal tooth comb, the flea comb. Got this at the pet store. It was cheaper on Amazon, but it was like an add-on item, so then I was like, just get it at the pet store. Choose one with a good handle. That was the biggest thing I read online, is this has got a nice like toothbrush, like not toothbrush, but like, you know, big handle, because when you're doing this in your hair for a long time, this takes forever, I promise you. Disclaimer, I want to say this, get it out of me. People who think dreading is like laziness, or I don't know what people imagine. I'm just going to voice this and say it's not. It is the most time-consuming process to get to an end result. It is not quick. It is not efficient. It is not easy. I mean, it's easy in context, but it's not easy in effort. You put forth a lot of effort, and if you have somebody do it for you, it takes a long time equally. You just have to pay for that. So dreads is not something that people just go, oh, whatever, I'm just going to dread my hair. You have to actually do it if you want it to be done well. And even, I think, to just have them, you have to do this. So just going to get that out there. This is very time consuming, I will tell you right now. I'm doing it in bits, sections of my head, because I have no patience. I get about 20 minutes in, maybe 30 minutes, and I'm done. I just want to quit. And I have to do it in front of TVs and everything else. So it's like crocheting and knitting. I love it, but it's very monotonous and redundant. So be prepared for that. So let's see. I want to do, God, this is really hard to do mirror image. Where am I at over here? So I'm kind of doing I'm doing like my own style, I suppose I could say. If I can just figure the frickin' left and right out. Okay, so what I'm choosing to do is the top part, the top half is dreaded, as you can see, and the bottom half is kept loose, as you can see. And if anybody wants to know, the curly whirly on my hair is because I braid my hair at night, every night, because my hair's long. And this is the great way, I'm figuring out, the best way to wave any hair, much less dreaded hair. I'm keeping the ends free for the time being, because really that's not the part I'm having the trouble with. It's actually closer to my scalp, where the hair seems to be knotting up really bad. So I'm trying this so far to see if this is like sustainable, like if the rest of the hair will automatically dread or whatever. So I'm trying an experiment. I'm doing only about half of my length of hair. So this one's the same thing. You know, they're all like that. This one's the same. So they're dreaded about halfway, and then the rest is left loose. So I want to get my whole scalp except for the front done, and then you know, go from there. I've got a hen in my hair at some point, but I don't know. I'm feeling like the half dread thing, since I took these ones out, it looks real weird because I've only got like these on this top part of my head, and now the underneath's taken out. It just looks weird. So I guess let me pull out the hair. What do I want to keep? Okay. Probably should get a mirror over here so I can see what I'm doing. Like, I don't know if I want to keep the hair. Give me one moment. I'm going to get a mirror really quick. There we go, my super fancy cameraman here. It's called my tripod. I've got a tiny little tripod, so it's totally working, but it means that I have to deal with all of the stuff of it. Oh, goodness, this 20-foot long microphone cord you thought would be great until you try to move around and then you realize you're attaching to everything as you walk around. Yeah, oh my gosh. Okay, so I've got my mirror now. There we go. Clean the mirror. Okay, maybe this will help. Okay, so I'll try to stay in frame and do this at the same time. There we go. Now I can see. It's kind of dizzying to look at yourself in reverse. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to right now keep this free. I'm just going to kind of put it back here and see if it stays. There we go. It's like a little top knot. Okay. So I want to get the top. I'm starting at the top. I was going to start at the bottom of my hair. And then I realized that that's how the hair got caught up around the other hairs, is because it's underneath where the hair is constantly friction and rubbing, versus on top where I can consciously go, oh, I can see it's catching, and pull it out and kind of separate it out. So I'm going to do, it's a little small. I'm doing about the width of, oh gosh, there is really nothing I can think of that is a universal width. Probably the width of like my finger, maybe. That's the width I'm trying to go for. So you don't choose hair that is the thickness you want, because this will bulk up as you do it, and it will continue to bulk up over time. So I'm starting off kind of skinny below my desired width, and then this will build up is the idea. So simplest, easiest method that actually worked. And I have fine hair, and I've already begun to use the recommended shampoos for dreads, which is leaves absolutely no residue on your hair. And I use California Baby lavender. I love it. It's so good, except that it leaves your hair so clean, and I'm not used to that. So my hair has been since then really like slick, and so that kind of can make it hard to dread hair. I think like you need a little bit of grit, but I don't know. It still works. It just, I don't know. Maybe it's a little more, takes a little longer. But the only one thing I will say, to do this method, you have to actually comb your hair out. At least that's what I figured. When I've tried to do the rip and my hair was knotting up down here, it created like this ball of knots down here. And it was just like, you can't get a good tight, compression of the knotting hair that you're pulling up. So twist it. The first couple of ones you're going to do are going to be the hardest, because it's not really catching anything. So you twist it, you grab the hair, just doesn't matter where you grab it, and pull like you're braiding really dysfunctionally. See, this is what I'm talking about. You gotta be careful. Get all this other hair out of the way. And just twist it a little bit more, grab a different separation of the two hairs, like the two pieces. And like I said, as I do this, I notice that the knots start up down here, so you have to be mindful of that, because otherwise it'll impede your process, is what I figured out. So just keep pulling. Let me try to get down here and show you. Go real tight to the scalp. I'm getting better at this as I go, so I'll tell you, that's probably going to happen to you too, if you've never done this before. And just keep doing this, and do like, 10 times, I don't know, depending on how thick your hair is. And then get your comb and go like this. And that really tightens up what you just did. This is super exhausting. My arms are already tired, but it was because I did yoga the other day, and I haven't been to a vinyasa flow class in a long time, and it wore me out. It was good though. I was like on fire the rest of the day. Oh, I couldn't believe how much prana I had flowing through me. But now my arms are kind of pathetic. So I'll just keep on doing this and show you my process, show you the progress I make. Okay, so now that I'm getting further down, if you pull from further away like this, like my thing's up here and I'm down here, like this is where the opening is, and you pull up from lower, you get more friction, and this will knot it up faster. But the only thing I discovered that might be a thing that I've actually begun to, educate myself about, is that it creates gaps. It can create gaps in your dread, which, if I've logically understood this, is that means that your dread at some point might break off at that point. The more holes you have, the weaker it is. So that would suck, but it happens, right? If you had dreads for a while, they just they have a life, that's it. The hair eventually, in that spot, doesn't grow at all, it eventually falls out, so it takes a while. So, let me there we go. I'm going the wrong direction, I realize. But as you can see, there we go, that's a little better. You can see, there we go. You can see all the little fuzzies right there. And you can feel it and and what it'll end up looking like. And Jasmine Cherry said this very well. It looks like a messy braid, and that's exactly what they look like. It just looks like you braided your hair in little braids and then just slept in it for weeks. Because when you look at your hair, if you twist it and do it like this, you'll notice that it looks a lot like braids. That's what I noticed, at least. And just keep twisting and pulling. Okay. I like my hair like that. It's very pin-up. I like it. I used to do that whole thing. The whole... rockabilly thing. Oh man, I was so into it. I wasn't hardcore, but oh man. It was a lot of fun. The hair and makeup, I think, is what attracted to me to it the most. And the clothes, oh my shit. Yeah, I love dressing up. Like when I get dressed up, random topic, when I get dressed up to go to things now, I don't like getting dressed up like I used to. I used to do kind of glamour, like that was kind of, I guess, my style at the time. Well, as I've evolved, I've noticed that really doesn't appeal to me. And one of my obsessions is vintage clothing. Well, I found a company, pinupgirlclothing.com. I am not affiliated with them, and I do not get endorsements through them. I wish I did, though. They make replica vintage dresses, brand new, in beautiful modern patterns. And they are just amazing. Like, they have a lot of body type styles. And the one that I'm most impressed with is their Curvy Girl selection, which is most of the clothes. But really beautiful clothing that I actually wish I had a bigger, bustier body to fit into, because they're just so pretty. They have bathing suits, they have everything. It's a great duo that does it. And the models are beautiful, so pretty. Really beautiful. Okay. So you just do this twist. I keep twisting the same way because, as with braiding, if you twist, if you go the opposite way, you undo your braid. So I kind of think of it like that. I don't want to undo anything that I've done. It might help to condense it better. I don't know. So try what you will and let me know if it's worked for you, if something better worked for you. But so far, this is the only thing that I have actually found that seems to do it in a way that I don't have to pay a lot of attention. Which is probably why I'm getting imperfect results, but whatever, who cares? You get as good as you put in, right? To be honest, I just want dreads. I don't have to work too hard to get them. I just want hair that I don't have to think about anymore. I'm so tired of dealing with hair. I love hair, but okay. So, yeah, there we go. And as you see, it just looks like a really, really messy braid. Let's see, there we go. There's the length of it. And you'll get the loops, you know, here. And then you can see there's some at the base up there that I don't know what's going on. But there's like one right there, starting up. It's pretty tight, so that's good. And then I'm leaving my end. And there we go. There's one more. Let's see, how long has this been? 20 minutes. Okay. Well, maybe I'll do one more and then I'll stop filming. I'll just do what I can do. And like I said, get that out of the way so you can see. Brush out the hair first. It will help you. Wide tooth comb. Okay, making sure that the section I'm grabbing is like a square as much as I can. And twist and rip. Twist and rip. That's it. And dreading we will go. Okay, so there's a second one. So you can see what I'm saying, you know, about the braid. Kind of looks like a super messy braid because she's just kinky and whirly, and yeah, these are getting much better. My first ones, I had a lot more space in the sections, I've noticed, and these feel better. So clearly, as you get, you know, practice, you get better at it. So now I've got two more on this side. I'm going to do, I think, yeah, see, this is, you don't get ones in there, you get these weird stray hairs. It's so interesting. Oh, the one other thing that I did see recommended was to twist, like rub between your hands, and spin it. And this kind of helps to like compress and knot up and all that fun stuff. And then do it to this one. Also kind of helps to smooth it down a little bit. That's what I noticed. There we go. Super simple. Now, the only thing is though, is that eventually they kind of go into a messy state again. Now these are some of my first ones, so these are probably a little bit messier in general, but they will start to catch other hairs. So I have to go through and grab these and do that, see that? And what started happening is at the roots, because I didn't do it super tight, it was catching other ones around it. So you see that? Like where the looping and all that stuff starts to happen, all this other hair starts to catch on to it. So I'm gonna have to get these pieces done soon on this side underneath, because otherwise I'm gonna have like really big dreads starting up because there's no separation, because there's too much loose hair. So I'm going to just keep on doing this process, and I'll probably do another video when I get further along and show you how it's going. And oh man, if I can do 2 every, perhaps I guess about 30 minutes is how long it takes to do 2, maybe 20 minutes. Yeah, it's gonna take me a little while because it's just too much time. So, well, cool. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me, checking this out. If you've got any questions, or if this is helpful, let me know. Like it, like my video. Let me know you like this, if this was good. And yeah, I'll see you later. Thanks for coming by. Bye. Mwah.